Hi and welcome to a new episode of the Fox Nasheep podcast. My name is Lina and I'm coming to you from the beautiful Bavaria in Germany. Yes, it's been a while since the last time. I think I said it pretty often, but now it has been quite some time. I think I podcasted in early December, and yeah, a lot has happened since that. My daughter was born, and now she almost is 8 weeks old already. Yes, and life has of course changed quite a bit since that, and it has been quite hard to find the time to podcast. But now finally I got a chance. She's sitting wrapped up with me. It's the only chance that for me to have some time for myself, to do some things in the house and knit or something when she's sleeping, and she sleeps best when I have her wrapped up near me, and then she can sleep for really deeply for a longer time. And yeah, I can soothe her directly if she's waking up a little bit. And yeah, that's perfect. She really loves it, and I love it. Yeah, her name is Saga. It's an old Swedish name, and it means fairy tale, if you translate it. And we're so happy we have her, and I can't imagine my life without her anymore. It's it's really such a gift to have a child. We had a beautiful home water birth with her here in our apartment, and it was a really quick birth. It took a little bit more than three hours. I woke up with contractions at 5:30 in the morning, and she was born 10 minutes before 9 in the morning. So it was a really quick birth, but really beautiful and amazing, and yeah, it was an amazing experience. And I was so happy I got a chance to birth at home. Yes, so it was very nice. As I said, she's now almost 8 weeks old, and yeah, I just rested a lot. The first couple of weeks I was in bed and then on the sofa, and I have done a lot of knitting in this time. So I think I will get started by showing you all of my finished objects, because there are many finished objects today I can show you. And I think I will start by showing you the things I knitted around Christmas, some Christmas gifts and so. I think I will start with this big cozy shawl. This is finished, and you may recognize it in the last episode I just had started. This was my Advent knit. The pattern is called Almir Shawl by Camilla Bard, a Danish designer. And yes, so these are 24 different colors on this shawl. And I almost knitted every day. I didn't finish it until Christmas. I think I finished it to New Year's. Because it took me quite a long time to knit the stripes in the end, because they're really long. Really long stripes. And yeah, I knitted up a lot of my scrap yarns I had in my stash. And you could call it a memory shawl as well, because there's so many yarns I have used in different projects. yeah, this is the Brooklyn Tweed I used in my Wono sweater. And do we have more? This yarn is the same I have in my Sibylla cardigan, for example, but held double. And I think this yarn is some I don't remember. So yes, I'm really happy. It's really, really big, as you can see. I made some tassels in the end from scraps. And yeah, I don't have so much left. I have a jar full of tiny scraps of yarn used in this, and yes, I'm happy to have used so much from my stash. That's great. So that is the first finished object. The next finished object is a Christmas gift for my little niece, and it's the Be a Unicorn mittens. She loves unicorns. She's 5 years old, so I think almost every little girl in this age loves unicorns. And yes, the tail and the mane are made with duplicate stitch. And the horn and the hooves I embroidered with gold thread afterwards. Yeah, and she really loves them. She wears them a lot. So that makes me happy. Next finished object is also a gift, and is this Wono hat I made for my sister as a Christmas gift. And it looks quite worn already because she wears it all the time as well. I have to sew in this end again, and maybe sew the brim up so it doesn't fall down all the time. Yeah, and I hold some mohair. I think it was Drops mohair, silk mohair double with some Norwegian yarn I had. And then I needed some mittens. It's my own pattern, the Moonlight Traveler mittens. And I rewrote the pattern a little bit and changed it a little bit, made it a little bit better, I think. So the pattern is now updated on my Ravelry store, and they look like this now. I can show you a picture how they looked before. I just changed the sky, I changed the stars, how they look, because before there were so long floats in some rows, and I didn't like that, so I changed it so the floats wouldn't be so long. So yeah, they look like this, and I think I ended them in Jamieson's of Shetland. No, Jamieson's and Smith of Shetland. And is this yarn? And yeah, they fit me really well. I really like the fitting of these. I have quite small hands, but I think I needed these in 2.25 millimeter needles. But if you want them bigger, for example, you can just go up a needle size. And the yarn was pretty Jamieson's of Shetland, like Jamieson's and Smith is a fingering weight yarn, but if you want them a little bit bigger, just use maybe a DK weight yarn and bigger needles, and then you get a bigger mitten, not a quite tiny. So yes, they look like this. Yeah, and then I want to show you a pair of mittens. I didn't knit them myself, but they were a Christmas gift from my mom. And I usually don't get knitted stuff from her anymore because I can knit myself. And so she doesn't knit things for me anymore. But this year I got a pair of mittens from her as a Christmas gift. They look like this. And this was mystery knit along by Skandir Knits. And I don't know what the mittens, the pattern is called. We'll put it out there. Yeah, this was a mystery knit along this advent. And I saw her knitting these, and I thought, oh, they're so beautiful. I have to knit them as well. And then I got them for Christmas, and I was really happy because I really love to get knitted things as a present from others. Yeah, because it's really special to get something hand knit from another person, I think. And sometimes it's nice not to knit yourself. Yes, and they are really, really warm and cozy, and it's cold outside. So then, the next finished object. I have so many finished objects today. I think I never had so many finished objects in one episode. The next finished object is a cardigan. And I think I had started in our last episode or told you about it. Anyway, it's the Silver Forest sweater, but I made it into a cardigan. And I used Letlopi for this cardigan. And the pattern is by Jennifer Steinges, Knitbla Wool on Instagram. And yes, originally it's a sweater, a top-down sweater, but I made it a cardigan, and I started from the bottom, and it bottom up, and I added this detail here and this on the sleeves. The original pattern doesn't. It just has the yoke pattern, and I also added pockets because I wear a lot of leggings and they never have pockets, so it's great to have cardigans with pockets. And I found these beautiful buttons in my local yarn shop here. And I put a picture of this cardigan on Instagram, and someone commented that the buttons look really, really Bavarian. And yeah, they do. I think they use them for the original traditional clothing here, the dirndls and trachten, as we call them here. But I think they went really well together with the yoke pattern, the buttons. And it's a steeked cardigan, so I put this band on the inside, a bit glittery. Yeah, and I've worn it a lot this winter because we had a quite warm. Oh. We had a quite warm winter, not so cold, so I had this as my jacket almost all the time, and it was big enough so I could have my baby bump under it, and now it's still big enough I can have it over her when I'm wearing her in the wrap. So I really love this cardigan. And I think I finished it sometime after Christmas. Yes, then I decided I had to knit more socks. This year the goal is to have to knit 12 pairs of socks. Maybe, I hope so. I can manage that this year. I think last year I just knitted 1 or 2 pairs of socks. But last year it wasn't a great knit year for me. I hope this year 2020 will be a better knit year for me. I want to knit more. Yes, and the first socks I made aren't exactly socks, they're slippers. And it's the Flora slippers by Tornedals Fyn. And yeah, I fell in love with them when I first saw them on her Instagram, and I thought for a really long time I wanted to knit them, and now I finally did. And she knitted them in I think a non-superwash yarn, but I'm using them over other socks to protect my other socks, so I knitted them in superwash yarn. But I think it worked quite well with the stranded knitting, because sometimes when you knit colorwork in superwash yarn, it doesn't blend together so nicely, but I think that it worked pretty well. And the yarn is was sock yarn from some German brand, I think Schachmeier. I put it down there. I found it in my local yarn shop here. So this is the first socks for my box of socks 2020. And I hope more will come. Yes, then I have knitted a pair of tiny socks for Saga and some scrap and some yarn I got from Emma, a woolly mammoth. She gifted all of us that we lived in the apartment in Edinburgh together at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. After we came home, she gifted us all a mini skein of her sock yarn. It's a non-superwash, nylon-free sock yarn, and in this pretty purple color, lilac. I don't know what to call this color exactly, but yes, I knitted these for Saga. Here I had used this yarn in my shawl as well here, so I ran out when I came here, so I had to use a different yarn. And this yarn is also from Emma Woolly Mammoth Fiber Company, and it's the yarn I used in my Magnolia sweater that I have finished a couple of days ago. Looks like this. You can see me. And I also made this into a cardigan because it's really hard with breastfeeding, and it's really complicated if you have a sweater and you have to put it up. You can't. It's not so easy if you want to breastfeed with tight sweaters. So I thought I'm making a cardigan so I can have it when breastfeeding as well. And now in spring, and I made 3/4 length sleeve because I'm always really warm. I'm always pulling up my sleeves, so I thought I can make them a bit shorter. Yes, and this pattern is also by Camilla Watt, same designer designed this shawl, and it was in line number 6. I don't remember, I will put it down here if I say it wrong. And yes, the yarn is, as I said, by Woolly Mammoth, and it is, I think, blue-faced Leicester Masham mix, and it's so soft and really lovely. It's natural dyed yarn, and I love that. I bought this yarn at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and yeah, it was really unusual for me to choose this slightly pink grayish color, because I always tend to choose blue colors, greens, beige, but never pink. But I'm really happy that I did, because I think it's I think it fits me really well, the color and the design. So yes, the beautiful magnolias. And I had some yarn left. I can show you buttons as well. The button, the band on the inside. This beautiful piece, and the buttons. It's beautiful metal buttons. And I have buttons on the inside as well, because I think it makes it more sturdy, the buttons. So it's a bit heavy, but I think it sits really well when I have it on. And yeah, I really loved it. The little band with these. Yes, and I had some little yarn left. I bought 3 skeins of this yarn at the festival, and I think it was 400 meters per 100 grams skein. And I used 2 and a little bit of the 3rd skein. And so I decided I would knit a mini magnolia for Saga. And I did. I finished it this morning, and I just started to block it. It was soaked. It's a bit wet still. And yeah, it's cute. Now soon we will have matching outfits. Yes. And I think I used not a little bit more than 50 grams for this little cardigan. I don't have buttons yet, but I think I will find some nice little buttons for this. And now I just have a little bit left. I think it's 30 grams or something. We'll see what I do with that. Maybe I will knit a little hat for her. And my sister is expecting her first, my little sister is expecting her first baby really soon, so maybe I will knit something for her. She's expecting girl. Yes. I think that was all of my finished objects. Yes. Now we can go on to works in progress. And I don't have so many works in progress as I have finished objects. Thank God, because I have tried to go through my works in progress and finish some of them. And one of them is the Arena sweater. I started last spring after the festival, and now finally I've gotten quite a bit since that. I've knitted quite a bit. Come so far. I think when I came back knitting it, I had knitted like up here or something. So I have knitted all this in a couple of weeks now, and now I have just these 2 patterns left, and then I am finished with the body, and then I can start with the sleeves, and hopefully I will be finished soon. It's really fun to knit, but I am getting quite tired of this project, because it takes me so long. And yeah, you need so many colors, and the balls are just lying everywhere. And a couple of days ago I just had enough, so I made a bag out of this. I just sewn in a thread down here, and now I can have all the colors I need in this bag, and they're not falling out anymore. Yeah, and that helped me a lot to get it more organized and wanting to knit on this, and not making a mess every time. Yes, so I really hope I will finish it soon, so I can start with something new. But it will be so beautiful once it's finished. Look at the colors, they're just so vibrant, and it's perfect for spring, so I hope it will finish before spring is over. But I hope so. I focus on this sweater right now. It is my only big project I have right now, so it should be finished soon. Then I have a pair of socks. I have showed you a couple of, I think, did I show it in the last episode? Maybe. It's the Into the Woods socks by Melody Hoffman. I'm almost finished with the first sock. The problem is I don't have so much yarn left. That's the only yarn I have, and it has to be enough for the other sock. And I should have made the heel and maybe even the cuff in a different color, but I didn't think of it right then. And now I think, oh, will this be enough? So I think I will pause this and start with the second sock and knit the leg, and then I will check if maybe it will be enough. But I think I have to make the toe in a different color, and I have this white. I think I will knit the toe in this white yarn. And yes, and this is a non-superwash nylon-free sock yarn. It's a merino yarn, and it's produced in a spinning mill near here. It's in maybe an hour from here, and it's organic, and I dyed it myself. It's dyed first with cochineal, and then I over dyed it with indigo. So I got this really beautiful purple color, but it has it has some pink left. So yes, I really hope it will be enough for the second sock. I have no idea. I have to weigh this sock maybe and check how much it is. If I already have used more than half, then it will be not enough. But I hope so. Yes, I think that was all of my works in progress right now. I also have my Sionach mitts that I didn't finish yet. We still have a knit along going on in the Ravelry group. If you can still join, because I have decided to have the knit along to the last of March, and then I will announce a winner. I have made a finished mitts thread in the Ravelry group, so you can put in all your finished mittens, and then I will draw a winner on the last of March. I think the 31st March. And I haven't decided on a price yet. I have to find some nice yarn I can gift to the lucky winner. And yeah, hopefully I will find something. Yes, that was all of my active works and progresses, but I looked through my stash and my works and progresses I don't have worked on a really long time, and I found this shawl. I started, I think, 2 years ago, and I got this far, a brioche shawl. The pattern is called Sizzle Pop, I think. And the designer is, I don't remember, I put it down here. And the yarn I used for this is beautiful yarn from Triskelion Yarns. It's a blend of blue-faced leather, silk, and something more. Yeah, so it's really, really cozy, really soft. And I really love the texture, but the problem is it has been so long since I knitted on this, so I don't remember where I am in a pattern, and I tried to look in a pattern where I am, but I just don't know. It's really hard. You can't see it, and now I don't know if I should frock it and make something different, or if I should try harder to remember where I am in the pattern and continuing knitting this shawl. I don't know. What do you say? Should I frog it? Should I do something completely different with the yarn? I really don't know. I had it in my stash now for 2 years, and I think I thought a year ago, oh, I will frog it, but I can't because it looks so beautiful. I don't know. I have one more work in progress that is not a knitting project, it's a sewing project, and it's this little doll. And I made this doll when I was in school in 9th grade. Rustin. Pink like fertig. Someone woke up a little bit, so I have to just keep moving, that she will be quiet some more time. I'm almost finished, so yeah. This little doll I made I was in 9th grade, I think, and originally it had arms and legs, and I decided to remake it into a little doll for Saga. So I used an old cut into an old sweater in this soft fabric, and then I made this little dress for her, or this little baggy dress for the little doll. And I have to embroider a new face. I have marked with some pins for where the eyes will be, and I have to make a little mouth as well. So that's the only thing that is left, to embroider the little face. Then it's finished. Yeah. So that was all of my finished objects and works in progress I have for this episode. I'm really happy to be back. I hope I can podcast more regularly again now. We'll see how it works with her. That would be great because I have a lot of knitting time right now. I'm making a lot of things and I have many ideas of things I will knit. So yeah, I think I have a lot to show. I think I will knit some more baby things now in the next future, because for her, she's growing out of her things I've knitted for her already, so I have to knit some new things. And then my sister is giving birth really soon, and I will knit some things for her baby as well. And yeah, maybe pause knitting for me a little bit when I finished the Irina sweater, and yeah, and start to knit more socks. I really want to buy the beautiful Line sock book, but I think my birthday is really soon, so I hope that someone will in my family will gift it to me for my birthday. I've already hinted to them that I wish to have this book, so I hope I get it for my birthday. And then I will knit a lot of socks, hopefully. That's the goal. So I have a box of beautiful new socks for the winter. Yes, it was really nice talking to you. I'm pretty happy to be back, and yes, I'm happy that spring is coming now, warmer weather, and we can go outside taking walks. Yes, thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Bye. you.